thank you guys for being back. Thank y'all for letting me know my last live. I had a phone call real quick, and while my live was still running, I got to go and edit that part out. But thank y'all for coming back. As you guys can see in the, I'm so tired, y'all. Damn. As you guys can see in my description, child, Arian is back to speaking out, child, and blasting Martel, and she's even mentioning Melody, and she also mentioned Melody's daughter, Sugar Mama, as well. So we're gonna get into it, child, because she's looking for some type of sympathy, but she gets none here. So let's get into it. All right, shout out to AL because that's where I heard it. So we got to give credit where credit is due. All right, let's get into it. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment, as you guys can see going across my screen. All right. So Arian, of course, had another conversation with AL. That's y'all know who he is. And she says that Martel came to her at 6 o'clock in the morning on some BS. All right. She's mentioning that she has to keep her distance from Martel because he's still trying to fight with Melody, and he's pretty much lost in the sauce. All right, in the sauce. She goes on to, well, AL then says to her that I really hope that you go ahead and distance yourself, because y'all know this has been going on for quite some time. So Arian responds by saying that Martel just don't get it, and that he's still sitting around worried about Melody. And she says that I just feel played into his storyline on that show, and he played it, and then Melody wound up winning, and he just cannot let go. So she goes on to say that is something still there between Martel, like his love for Melody, and she says that he wants his ex-wife back. She says, but I don't know if I can be stuck with him any longer. She goes on to say that even though he's hold on. Even though he's debating on giving Melody full custody because he's tired of what's been going on in their lives, as far as Melody trying to make it seem like Martel's been beating her son or something like that, to what she's saying. She says that he's actually a super dad, but Martel has been on a standstill for years since the divorce. So she admits that Martel is thinking about giving Melody full custody because he's tired of fighting with her. He don't have any more fighting him. They've been doing fighting in him, that they've been doing this since the divorce. All right, she says that she asked AL who actually bossed up. She says that Melody has a team, and Martel actually has nobody but his mama. Sometimes she'll help him, but not all the time. She says that you ain't married no more, meaning she's talking about Martel, saying he ain't married no more, and I can't even spend a night over at his house, and I'm tired of trying to prove myself because they don't actually give a shit no more. So she goes on to say that she says that when she had his son, that she lost all credibility. Okay. She also goes on to say that I make sure that his kids are straight. She says, but at this point, who are you going to who are you trying to prove shit to, Martel? She goes on to say that Martel lost all of his credibility on the show, which y'all know is Love and Marriage Huntsville. And she says that with him bringing Melody flowers and still trying to play into the show for Melody's sake to make her look good. So Arian goes on to say that Martel is still trying to save face, and meaning that Melody buried him and continues to bury him on the show. She says that Martel doesn't get it, and even with her talking to him, he still just doesn't get it. She mentions that she's glad that she reached out to blogger AL to talk to him, and she also says that Martel made her put up some type of post to make it seem like she wasn't talking crazy about him. So I guess she's referring to the other phone calls that were leaked about him, and all the junk she was talking about him. She said that Martel made her put up some posts, like positive posts, and kind of like defending him to make it seem like she wasn't talking crazy about him to defend him. She says, but AL, how many times has Martel ever stepped up to defend me? So AL says that, well, he's just admitted that you were a good mother for the first time. And she responded by saying, well, she said that when they were saying that Martel beat my ass that one time, he made me get up early on live that early morning with him to clear his name and defend him. She says, and it's been 11 years And it's to a point to where I got to choose myself. So didn't I tell y'all when we did that live that he put her up to that? So she said that he woke her up early that morning when y'all remember the rumor where her face was all swollen. Well, it wasn't even no rumor because we shared it here. Where her face was all swollen up and he was laid back in the bed and she was on live. She said that he made her get on live early that morning to defend him, to make it seem like all of this stuff wasn't going on behind the scenes, to clear his name and, so that he wasn't look bad. She says that I love Martel to death, but I'm that girl in real life, and I can't keep being traumatized and sabotaged by this show when I could just go blast him. Okay. She goes on to say that AL, I have no more games to play. She says, and my 2 kids need to see me boss up and take off as a single mama. She says, but I don't have time, or I don't got time, is how she said it, to keep playing games with Martel. She says that I gave him a chance, and I gave him chance after chance, and he keeps telling me that it's just edits on the show. Okay, so she continues by saying that I don't know how much more of this that I can take. She then says that I can't put my best foot forward no more with a man who I can't discuss his custody or any of his stuff or mine. She says, and putting his other stuff as my, I think she says, is my priority and what's going on. She says that I'm 33 years old, and she says that I've been too good to Martel. She then goes on to say that y'all didn't even hear from me for about 2 or 3 years, or until 2 or 3 years later, until I realized that this nigga was on some other shit. Then she mentions that she says that I'm steady getting thrown under the bus fooling with Martel, and Martel needs some help. She goes on to then say, she says that I'm always coming to his rescue and he never stands up for me. She says that how will that make my daughter and me look? She says, she wants to be a example to her daughter one day, to where her daughter doesn't look back to where she's 60 something and that her daughter is like 40 something and look at her as this mother who didn't protect her and didn't boss up and do something with her life instead of just chasing a man. So she goes on to say that Martel is still such a good person, but with the show, sometimes you just get kind of caught up and don't know which way to steer. This is her talking. She also goes on to say that he needs a team and he needs a PR person to help him. And she mentions that a woman is put on earth to be a man's helpmate. I thought it was helpmeet. She said helpmate, child. And then she says that Martel and Melody were actually a power couple. She says, I can actually admit that because it is what it is. So she actually admits that Mel and Martel were a power couple, but she goes on to also say that Martel broke me down to where I can't even go to work. Girl, bye. She says, because Martel be on TV trying to make it seem like that I'm out here sucking his D. She says, but Martel didn't even want me to suck his D, and he was all on TV trying to make Melody make Melody jealous, saying that I was the one home sucking his D, but he never even wanted me to suck his D. So she said that Martel was steady trying to build Melody up. Okay, so then she turns around and she thanks AL for listening to her vent, but she wasn't done. She goes on to say that them bloggers are actually speaking on me. It always gives me anxiety. So I think she said she thumbs through like our videos and she listens to what we have to say about her, and it gives her extreme anxiety. She also mentions that she wants to be a wife someday very soon. She says, but she's over Martel and that she's actually poured into him for a very, very long time, as well as his kids. She goes on to mention that Sugar Mama was home recently and was sick from school. And she says that she told Martel that she thinks that Sugar Mama had a ear infection because of her nursing experience. I said, bitch, what? Because y'all know she actually dropped out of nursing school. She quit nursing school, and pretty much I think they kind of got rid of her, or she quit, something of the sort. Anyway, she left. She didn't finish it, and she was failing out of, because I remember she mentioned that as well. She was failing in nursing school, and she was trying to say that it was the stress from the show, but then she turned around and said she didn't watch the show. Weird. So how you stressed out over something that you don't watch, I don't know. But she never finished nursing school. But then she said she told Martel that Sugar Mama had an ear infection, and she says that she also told Martel she says that Martel called her at 7 o'clock in the morning to bring Sugar Mama some cough medicine, and she says that she then in turn told him, no, you need to take her to the doctor. She says, but he be mad at me when I speak up and try to tell him stuff or try to tell him the truth. So Then she goes on to say that I'm out here, the forever mistress, whose woman's husband actually pursued me when I was somewhere just minding my business, not even checking for Martel. So she's still on that, which shows that she has not shown any growth because she's still on that. She says that people actually are trauma bonding with Melody and they don't actually get it in terms of what it really is. She says, but then I get to be America's most hated mistress. She said that she can tell her side of the story, meaning Melody, on the show, but I don't ever get a chance to tell my side of the story. But you told your side. You have a YouTube channel, you have Instagram, and you're on TikTok as well. You have 3 different platforms to tell your story. They got pretty good views on that damn interview that they did with Shan, Martel and Shan. I mean, Arian was doing all the talking, mind you. But my thing is, you have all of these platforms to tell your story. Why is it that you have to be on Melody's show that she pitched, that she paid the pilot for, that she actually built? You know, she's the star of the show. So it's like you trying to ride off her coattails, and that you have this weird obsession of trying to overshadow her because you had a baby with her husband, and because you felt like you were able to take her man, which you didn't take him because she gave him to you, and you still ain't did shit with him, and you're not happy with him because of the way you got him. And the way you get him is how you lose him, and the games that you continue to play with him and you take up for him when he's on his bullshit with her. You have to understand Martel's connection with Melody was merely the fact that she was trying to help him grow. But when he went behind her back to try to hurt her, and she had to cut him off, and she gave him back to the streets, and you came and picked him up and thought you could do something with him when you were struggling as well, that's your karma. Martel is your karma, Arian, and you're his karma. And nothing that you ever do or nothing that he ever do will ever take you anywhere or help you boss up. You're never going to boss up because you are under a curse. And so is Martel. I mean, it's 11 years and you ain't did shit yet. You ain't bossed up after 11 years. You don't get it yet. You still running behind him thinking that shit is going to change, and you watching Melody and everything she touched turn to gold, and everywhere you look, your shit turned into shit. Martel can't even keep a simple wine business open. He just dissolved that. So everything that he's doing is going under, and you still holding on to some gleam of hope that his shit is just going to pop at some moment, and you going to wind up and mess around and be famous. Girl, move the fuck on. This is so stupid. Every time I hear a phone call where she talks to him, it's like she has no growth. After 11 years, it is insane how you are still in the same mindset that you were in when you met this stupid ass motherfucker. And I got to say it that way because women, we got to boss up, and we got to realize sometimes that when you are with someone who is in a cursed state and you continue to hold on to them, eventually that curse rub off on you. And that is where Arian is. You so busy sitting back watching Melody and her glow up, you can't even figure out your own shit and where you gonna glow up. You had plenty of time. You talking about you can't work because of Martel and what's going on in this show. Bitch, they are on hiatus right now. The show ain't even on. You need to be ringing up some grocery. You need to be wiping some asses. You need to be delivering some food somewhere. Girl, I don't know. Like, what you want? Why you keep putting us in the group chat and we don't care? Like, what are you hoping to achieve from these damn phone calls with AL? But then you got all this anxiety, but bitch, you create your anxiety. Like, shut what they call the hell up and go somewhere and figure out what you gonna do on your next move. Like, that's my advice to you, for real. I know you watch out. I know you watch me because I stay dragging you. But bottom line is, you have a daughter, and you mentioned that you don't want to be this person at 60 years old and your daughter be 40, and you look back and you see that you've done nothing with your life. I mean, let's dial that shit back. You have wasted 11 years of your life, and your daughter have watched you sit online day after day, cussing and fussing and falling off bar stools drunk as a fucking skunk over a nigga that belonged to somebody else. And you still don't have him because his heart and his mind is there. You in the same house with the hook and curve, baby, but his heart and his mind is still over there. And you still mad because you sat there and talked all that shit talking about you took him with your eyes closed, and you woke up and the nigga still in love with her. So what you gonna do? What's your next move? What is your next move? Or do you even have one? I mean, I keep saying, do you have a 5-year plan, bitch? I mean, I guess not, because you didn't have a 5-year plan for the fucking braces you still walking around here with. The forever braces, the forever America's, what she call herself, America's hated side chick. I'm gonna be America's forever hated side chick. Yes, you are. Just like them fucking braces is on you forever, you gonna be the forever hated side chick, period. And then you over here trying to play mama to his kids, he still ain't wifing you. And if he decide to get married again, he see no value in you. The reason why he's still chasing Melody, the reason why he's still looking Melody's direction, because he see value in her. She has the ability to bounce back after dissolving everything that she built from the ground up. And now look at her. She's further than she was when she was with him. And he's looking at her like, damn. Even he said he's giving Melody 5 more years to come back to him. So he has no plans to even be with you still. He's still focused on Melody. He's still focused on Melody. He said he's giving her 5 more years to come back to him. He wants to rekindle what he had with her, not because he loves her, but because he's failing. He don't have anything else going on. Everything that he's touching is just falling. And Arian, you don't have what it takes. You keep talking about bossing up. You don't have what it takes to level him. Martel is the type of man who needs a woman who already got her shit popping, because he don't. Think about when Melody already met him, and I keep saying it, and it's my phrase, and I will continue to say it. Melody was on her build a nigga bullshit when she met the nigga. He had nothing going on. He was a criminal. He barely made it out of school. Like, she had to help him pay for school. The nigga didn't know what to do with his damn hairline. He didn't know what was going on with his fucked up teeth. He didn't know what was going on with his job. When he did get a job, he got fired. How the fuck do you get fired from being a special ed teacher? And then you can't pass an open book test? Like, stop the bullshit. Melody gave you what you wanted, Martel. And now you're sitting here with this sob story, and then you telling Carlos King and everybody else you want to show your real life on national television. Nigga, we saw your real life. Your real life was when you were married to Melody Cherie with your 4 children, and you fucked it up. And now you're trying to recreate that narrative with somebody who ain't even on the level of the person that you were with. She will never be. You will never meet anyone else on that level that Melody was on. She forgave you, and she was even going to stay with you, but you kept fucking up. And you used Arian in it as a means to make her jealous, but you didn't realize that she didn't give a fuck about you no more. You can't make me feel a way when I don't care no more. And that's the place that Melody was in, and that is where she is now. And when you see her and she's glowing and she's doing all the things that she's doing, she ain't think about Martel. Never, ever. You're right, Lisa. She will never go back to him. Why? That's like going back to some shit on the ground. Martel ain't shit, and he know it. You've done too much, Martel. All of the interviews that you've done about Melody Cherie, and the way you've allowed Arian, your side bitch, to, and I gotta call her bitch because that's exactly what you being, Arian. All of the times that you allowed her to disrespect your wife, the mother of your children, I don't give a damn if y'all are divorced or not. You still owe her a level of respect because she pushed out for your children. And the fact that you continue to allow Arian to keep running her mouth, speaking on your kids, even having her around your kids, is the most disrespectful shit of all. And the fact that you sent 3 kids to the sky with Arian, and then you turned around and put Melody's business out there to the side bitch in an effort to embarrass her to come back to you, you only made yourself look even stupid. Even more stupid. Let's say it that way. I don't know what they're wishing to accomplish behind this, but it's starting to become very old. Like, Arian, you had 11 years to get your shit together. It don't take me but a few minutes to see if a nigga gonna do what he need to do before I need to peel out. You should have been skirted out, baby. What's taking you so long? I know you ain't got no car, bitch, but it's Uber, it's taxi cabs, rent a car. Hell, I don't care. You out here saying you so successful in your little boutique, baby. Take that money and move the fuck on. Get out of Huntsville, get your kids, rebuild your life, leave Martel alone because he don't have shit to offer you, just like he don't have nothing to offer himself. And the last I heard, he's still sitting over there in that damn Airbnb he's supposed to been moved out of, squatting yet again. Running around here trying to get all kind of what they said, SSI and all that shit that I heard. He ain't got shit going on. He's frauding people. He's running around here. He owe everybody. He's borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, and he trying to pay your bills, and y'all just looking stupid over here. Bottom line, Arian, You online trying to talk to gay guys and everything else. Anything you can do. You're looking for anybody to get you away from Martel. I just played a video the other day where Arian was on live, grinning and skinning and grinning, trying to even talk to gay guys. They don't put the camera, the dude don't put the camera on his gay lover. And she said, "Ooh, you look good too." Anything to get away from Martel. You look stupid. You look stupid, sis. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can play mama all day long to Melody Cherie kids. They don't like you. They tolerate you because they don't have a choice. They don't want their daddy screaming in their ear and giving them corporal punishment for not respecting the bitch that broke up their damn household. That's what they don't want. I don't think the kids even damn want to be up over there. If it wasn't for the courts making them be there, I don't even think that they would even want to fuck with Martel on any level. It's sad. This is a sad situation. Big up to Melody Cherie for walking away. Okay, it's sad when your children are more successful than you. That's why he keep mentioning them, because he has to have some type of attachment to them to make himself feel relevant. And that's what's going on here. Every time they showed your ass Martel on this past season, and your therapist even had to tell you, we're not talking about your children, we're talking about you. What are you doing with your life? And you still had to spin the block and talk about your kids. That means you don't got shit going on. You can't talk about your wine. You ain't got it no more. You can't talk about your, calendar. You ain't got that shit going no more. You can't talk about the plane ride to Canada. Hell, you can't even afford a plane ticket, let alone a plane ride. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of this situation. Every time I look at this shit, y'all, let me end this damn video. Shout out to Chef Don Don. I see you in the building. Shout out to Chef Don Don. Y'all, this is so stupid. Like, girl, how many times you gonna go live with AL? Saying the same shit over and over. The time you spending on the phone with him is the time your ass should be down at the unemployment office and figuring out what is your next move so you can get the fuck on with your life. This nigga is not going to take you nowhere. If he was going to do it, he'd have been did it. It don't take 11 years to get a bitch on TV. It don't take 11 years for him to figure out if he want to marry you. The nigga ain't gave you a mood ring, so stop looking for an engagement ring. At this point, girl, it's a child, okay? That's all I got. Thank y'all for being here. Belle Wilson, KBR, Tyra, and Scorpion Miss. Thank y'all for modding. My backup mods, thank you, Rose Armstead and Truth TV Podcast. Thank y'all for doing an awesome job as well. The content creator, Chef Don Don, I saw you in the house. Truth TV Podcast. Thank you, Sunny Days. Dairy Talk Show, Messy Hills, ATL, Boss Lady Brand Girlfriend Chronicles, and Chronicles of Kim K. Thank y'all for stopping by here as well. All right. Thank you to my Caramelians for being here. You guys could have been anywhere, but you stopped right here, and I appreciate you. Love you down, all of that. Until the next video, shout out to the 1,000 watching me right now. Okay. Yes, it's lit over here. Thank you guys for being here. Love you guys down. Until the next video, we gotta go. Bye. Where my song at though? Oh, bye. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.